Yeah, this is great footage.
Here he comes. Oh, that's an angle, isn't it?
Evening. Oh, hello, Philip. Hello, Adam.
Good evening.
It's lovely to have you back, Nicholas. It really is.
You back?
You're all right.
It's good to be back.
Not much has changed.
Not
Trying to get it out. Why can't I get it so I can see you both? Why is that not working?
Whilst he's carrying on. Nice holiday, Nick?
Lovely holiday. A lot of octopus was consumed in different weather. I had an argument with some Slovakians over the football results. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I really missed it though. It was weird not attending the pod. That day was, it's quite stressful.
It was a dark day all round.
But it was great. But then it was great to watch. It was great to have the anticipation of watching it, of which I did on the last night at 1 a.m. And woke up feeling absolutely terrible and tired for the journey home. But yeah, it's worth it. So
Needs must.
yeah, good addition. Mouse was a good guess, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought so. It's a good one to have on. Good one to finger the dike, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have we been?
Yeah. All right. Phil, you've always got a big update. How's your
Oh, I've done it.
Excellent. Brilliant.
I've done it. Sorry. No, yeah, all fine, yeah. Usual stuff, isn't it?
Went to Monaco for the afternoon, and there was the highlight, which is really boring, but there was not a high jump, a show jumping event.
Hello.
One of like the world events thing. And Bruce Springsteen's daughter, Jessica, is an international show jumper. So we were sort of walking around, and we walked like around the stables. We were peering over the back, like the stables are parked like in the midst of the super yachts. It was mad in the marina. And we peered over one of the things, and we saw Jess Springsteen's wheelbarrow. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
You also at some point we were lucky enough to receive a final communication from you over the amount of signage in a French wash closet.
So yeah, just in the toilet of a restaurant in the south of France, I've got to say, fuck me, I never thought I'd see more signage than Crispin's changing room. This is in a 1 metre square area. It's absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to the sponsors, Easy Surf. Well done. All the best. Cheers, bye.
And we're back. Lovely signage. As well you know, but some of the people watching may not know, Wiggy and I, along with a few others, went out for a couple of drinks on Friday. And it came to pass that we found out very, very quickly that Wiggy hasn't watched a single episode back. He's watched the 30-second previews I put, but he's not bothered watching anything back. So there we go. We've got two ends. I know full well that you watch it because you comment on each and every section of it as it goes through. I have to because I edit it. Wiggy turns up, lays some magic down, gets on with his life.
I've watched some of them, definitely. And I've listened. I'd say I've listened to all of them, not necessarily watched all of them.
I mean, from a man who started watching Line of Duty at series 4, nothing surprises me.
Yeah, but that's what all people on TV say, don't they? They all say they don't like watching themselves back. That's what they all say.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Name some.
Jamie Dornan.
I really wanted, that was the one I wanted you to compare yourself to, doing a cricketing podcast, and Jamie Dornan.
Jennifer Garner.
Welcome to the ThighPad Podcast, a cricketing podcast hosted by 3 people, at least one of which has walked naked from a car park to a nightclub wearing nothing but a trilby. We talk about cricket and also other things. we all play for the social cricket club, AC Squirrels. Since you last joined us, I mean, I think this is the third game, and Philip Adams, please correct me if I'm wrong, where injury has played a major part in the game.
The third game this season?
Yeah. In a row.
Think of
No,
Kerr.
this season. So Kerr, finger.
Yeah, fingers.
Mark George.
What happened to him?
to George?
Ball in the face.
Oh, wow.
So not an injury.
Well, I wouldn't put it on the same scale as the other two, put it that way. I'm sure it was painful at the time for Georgie. I'm sure it was. But I wouldn't put it on the same level as the other two.
So talk us through this one.
I was umpiring, so I had the unfortunate sort of best view, I suppose. Really, DC was batting. The bowler for BT tossed one down, bit of a full toss. DC took a nice step forward, went to sort of paddle it round to sort of square leg, and unfortunately top edged it into his face. And obviously there was a bit of a noise from DC, and he sort of walked off the pitch straight away, and blood bath is what I would say. But fortunately he's okay, which is obviously the main thing. There's a lot of blood, didn't stop bleeding for a couple of hours. Apparently I've heard that he went to A&E the next morning, and there was no break, there was no serious injury, and apparently he's on the road to recovery. Kerr was doing a questionnaire on the 111 on the NHS website to determine the symptoms and whether we needed to go to A&E. So that was quite quick thinking from Kermo.
Here he is.
Welcome.
That's unbelievable.
Came in saying welcome, welcome, which I enjoyed.
I did leave with welcome, welcome. Yeah.
Welcome, Michael Chapman, to your man of the match guest appearance. I was saying before you joined us, it's a double whammy because you're also the skipper of AC Squirrels. So double welcome.
Thank you.
As you'll know from previous episodes, because the only person that doesn't watch them is Philip Adams, you are going to get introduced, and that is falling to Philip Adams today. So over to you, Phil.
Michael, this is your formal introduction to the podcast.
Thanks, Phil.
Michael is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
That's it.
He looks like Jamie Oliver, but I've yet to try one of his fig tart tatans. I've yet to try one of his fig tart tatans. I've once witnessed him pour 4 pints of milk over his head at Butlins.
Yep.
And he is one half of the AC Schools CC captaincy team. So, Michael, welcome to the pod.
Thank you, Philip. Yeah, the milk was a low point, but, we move on. It was, could I rap all of the words from Ice Ice Baby from Vanilla Ice, and could I drink 4 pints of milk in less than a minute?
That's unbelievable.
So, yeah.
Was the answer to both of those no?
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Okay, lovely. Absolutely lovely. So we've held off. Obviously, half of the people on this call tonight were not at the game last week. We've heard about the injury. How was the game itself? Michael and Phil, take it away. Give us our review of the game.
Well, started off with which threw everyone, especially and me included. That Chappie tossed up, and we batted first.
This was the week where they had requested no food. The opposition had said they didn't want food. So we knew we had the option of not having to do a barbecue.
Why would you not want food?
I don't know. It's a weird choice. You have to remember that this is a BT side that was pulled in late by Catweasel. And
they so late that they'd already had their tea? Is that how late they were called?
As me and Pete discussed, at 8:15, you might as well just stay and have something to eat, mind you.
Yeah. Do they do a Toby Carvery on a Thursday or something like what?
I don't know.
What's it all about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Walked into the change rooms and said we're batting first, and everyone, just shock on people's faces. Didn't know what was going on. Me and Walters opened the batting. Steady start. I got 16, and then got caught behind a little snicko to the keeper.
How many overs?
5, 6, maybe something like that. Yeah, we're going all right. And then Ate, 25, retired. And I would say with Pate, I don't really like to sort of blow smoke at friends' bottoms, as the saying goes, but he makes batting look very easy. Keeps it very simple. Again, maybe one if he ever gets to be a guest spot on this, he would talk us through his sort of thoughts around how he bats and keeps it simple and things like that. Because he does make it look very
cricketer.
Easy.
He's a natural cricketer, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he looks in good nick. It probably took him longer to get there than he perhaps was hoping. But
he's moved to Rothwell, Mike, hasn't he?
Yeah. No, I think Wiggy kept stealing the strike from him in the first 5 overs, so he didn't really get a chance to have a go.
When you're scoring at a rate of 3 runs per over, you want to hog the strike, though, don't you? So
yeah,
big time, right, man. So Pat got 25. Georgie got 25, retired. Bit of a slog for Georgie, but in the end he got there, which is the main thing. And then obviously DC's incident, that caused a bit of a lull in the innings. Lost a few wickets after that happened.
We missed the Stuart McDermott comedy run to the other end. Mark George say no, and then Magsy have to run all the way back.
Not now, we've not missed it.
No, we haven't.
Lovely description, Michael.
Did he stay in?
He chopped one and it went very high, and it looked like he was definitely going to be caught. But Magsy just decided to run to the other end. The bloke dropped it and then picked it up and threw it back to the wicketkeeper. And George just hadn't moved, and Magsy had to scuttle back to where he came from. It was a poor throw. The wicketkeeper couldn't pick it up, and he got himself back in. And then Duly hit it straight to the fielder the next ball and got himself out.
Who's Duly? Who's she playing?
She lives next door. It's Smudge's mum. You know what he's like? He's the kind of man that wants to fall on his sword, give other people a chance. He can't win it every week, that sort of stuff,
Cluesy knocked a few around at the end, didn't he? Got us to a decent score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's enjoying his new, I don't know, what do you call it? Opposite of a night watchman?
Pinch hitter, I think you'd call Cluesy now.
Pinch hitter, yeah.
He goes in a little bit later because of his back and tries to stretch it out and hit through the ball. It was nice.
So what did we finish the batting on?
139, I think.
139, yeah.
So, Chappie,
Adam.
At this point, so obviously you select the team turns up. It's a bit of reverse here where we batted first. How confident were you feeling? And what's your thought process? How serious is it, being that it's a social team, when you're thinking, right, here's what I'm going to do?
I think we've played some of these teams enough now to realise which people have the lovely shorts. Which of these... that could be anybody, Nick.
Well, it's Jan Mulby. Fucking hell, hasn't it? Oh, God. Sorry. Carry
It's
on.
all right. You can find another fat bloke. It's all right, Nick. Don't worry. There we go.
Oh, that's excellent, actually.
I mean, so we've played a lot of these teams enough to know who might have some useful cricketers and who that can perform and bat and bowl. And I was probably fortunate actually knowing one or two of their lads that play for Brook. So I knew that they had a little bit of batting. So yeah, you trust who you've got, and we still wanted to make sure that everybody had a bowl. But again, Clusey didn't want to bowl because of his back, and DC unavailable due to nose injuries. Yeah, we just sort of opened with myself and Kerr to try and keep it tight. Unfortunately, Kerr didn't, but it happens. In fact, I think I bowled the first over with only 6 people on the pitch. Yeah, six fielders, and it went for 4 runs. So
I was like listening to Gareth Southgate. So much poise, control, and just calm leadership.
I think I bowled first.
You got a bowl?
Third, didn't I?
The trawler man from your
man back
Oh yeah. I bowled, and then we had a first ever incident for the club.
We did.
First ever dismissal. Type of dismissal. Can you guess what it is?
Was it like driven back down the ground and a finger onto the stumps and a run out?
Yes.
Ooh, hello.
Yes. So the guy hit the ball. Yeah, that was a good guess, wasn't it? The guy hit it back to me, and obviously tried to stop it, and it just flicked off my finger and hit the stumps, and the non-striker walked. We obviously appealed, but he sort of walked.
Yeah. Good on it.
Did you try and stop it? Like what? Did you know what you were doing, or was it just a bit of luck? Or
it's all luck. Yeah, of course it's all luck, isn't it? No one does that on purpose. Surely.
Needlessly aggressive.
No, definitely. I just tried to stop it. Couldn't quite stop it. Didn't matter. Out. Warm the showers.
I've seen that in a game. That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I think if he hadn't walked, I'm not sure. You don't really know where you're looking. Obviously, sort of. I don't know who was. To be fair, Cat Weasel did say he was out, didn't he? So, but I'm not sure if anyone else would have thought he was out. But yeah, he walked in anyway. So that was the first. According to Georgie, that was the first time that's ever happened in any of our games.
Love that.
Chappie was very close to a hat trick, weren't you, Chappie?
One away. Just dropped over his head, the third one.
I say not just one away. It was probably 3 inches away.
Yeah.
From a lunge in clues. What
LBW Cat Weasel first ball.
Yeah.
And then not the young lad actually. The lad came in complaining that his wife was blowing his phone up because of
his phone up.
Yeah.
Hear more about that.
And I then Duly bowled him first ball. Duly's here again.
Duly's all over the shop tonight. So there's an inflatable Nokia, and Duly is absolutely all over the place. No wonder Clues's got a bad back. Was it Duly Clues? What is going on here?
So, Chappie, obviously, you had a great bowling spell, hence being man of the match, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was a tidy spell towards the end. The 3 wickets helped. Again, Kerr did his usual thing and bowled sensibly just outside off stump, meaning people that can't get it away. It was, but it wins your games, Nick. That's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they had a couple of people come back in that got themselves 25, and I think they needed about 17 off the last over, and it was just a little bit too much for them.
So then they fucked off instantly because they didn't want to see nor smell food.
One of their lads who opened the batting and was quite good and got 25 very quickly had already gone before the last over when he should have come back in.
He was definitely their best batter, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
He could have come back in, could he?
He retired, yeah.
Yeah, he retired.
And before them innings were funny, he said he had to scoot off.
Who were these? Sorry, who are they?
BT.
Oh.
So that was fortunate for us because he was a good player to be fair. And we winning by 10 runs, was it?
Yeah.
I think 10 runs in the end. So
Nice.
yeah, another good victory. I think it's been pretty good fun. We haven't lost many this year, have we? So post match, it was the traditional Stuart McDermott food issues once again.
What this week?
So obviously, as
She invited
Jackie-
Duly for a bad sausage.
as Jackie's already alluded to, we duly went for the fish and chips option. Not fish and chips, sorry, the sausage and chips option.
When was this decided, by the way?
It was decided when Stuart called me and I was getting ready for a shower, and I said, "You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel." He wanted to see if we had enough salt and vinegar in the cupboard, because he planned to have no salt and vinegar on his chips, so that we could all have salt and vinegar if we wanted to.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And anyway, Maxie sort of went off, volunteered to kindly go and collect the food, and then basically it took. I think he'd gone a good hour, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Gone a good hour.
He dropped Danny home first.
Right. Okay. Fair.
And then that's when he called me to say on the way back, dropping to grab some chips from the Crispin's fish and chip bar, which is not our usual establishment. We're normally a Windsor Crescent team. Yeah, because they've delivered to us before, Windsor Crescent.
Okay.
Yeah, he was volunteered to pick them up on the way back, and I think they were still growing the potatoes when Magsy got there, because he texted me to say, "Remind me to never volunteer to do anything ever again." So,
fair.
Yeah, at least he didn't go over the top and react badly to it, so it was fine.
It's fine.
So I think he turned up with food, and a bit late, but it was all well appreciated from everyone.
Good chips, I heard.
The chips look quite orange in some of the footage, so they're fabulous.
I mean, let's have a look at that footage now. Put it to bed.
How is your chips and sausages? Sausage. No, I've got more than one. Yeah, well done. Yes, excellent.
What would you give out of 10 for the sausage?
4.
Chips? Excellent. Chips?
4.
Ketchup?
7.
Anything else to add?
Oh, not about that. I've covered that. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Did Maxie have a battered sausage? Did he do as usual?
Yes, he did have a battered sausage. Yeah,
excellent.
Unbelievable.
I think I actually got Bluesy to actually give us a little review of his meal, didn't we?
Yeah, here it is.
How is your chips and sausages? Sausage.
No, I've got more than one. Yeah, well done. Yes, excellent.
What would you give out of 10 for the sausage?
4.
Chips? Excellent. Chips?
4.
Ketchup?
7.
Anything else to add?
Oh, not about that. I've covered that. Thank you very much.
Like butter. Like absolute butter.
Yeah.
We'll crack it soon.
Butter on a hot knife. Michael Chapman, you will know because you've watched this, and the only person on this call that doesn't watch this is Philip Adams. It's time for your man of the match questions, which this week are brought to you by Philip Adams.
Are they? No, I was doing the intro.
Yeah, it's usually the bloke that does the intro. It does the. You wouldn't know. You've not seen it before. Usually, what happens is the person that does the intro also does the questions. But if you prefer not to, that's absolutely fine.
Well, how do I? If the questions are on my phone.
Yeah, I'll take it off you.
Sorry, Chappie.
I can read my own questions if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you can just do, it yourself.
Michael, we're a professional outfit. You can't read your own questions.
I mean, 6 out of the 8 of them, the same every week. Let's see how we go. Michael Chapman, what was your first ever game of cricket? Here he is.
I mean, this one, I think.
Oh, bloody hell.
Early start, isn't it?
Before cricket in trousers were invented.
Yeah, I mean, similar to Nick and Philip, there was a lot of BB cricket from an early age. As you can see, cricket's probably ingrained in the family. But league cricket, I played 90. What did I write down there? 95 in the town league. I played when they were very short on a Saturday One thing I do remember from that, fielding at square leg and the ball got hit my way, and just out of instinct went down to stop it because I've been playing with a hard cricket ball for a few years, and then people say, "Oh, he's not scared of it, is he?" I'm like, "Nope, nope, we're not."
Absolute badge of honour at a young age.
Yeah.
Where's that photo taken, Chappie?
That was when we lived at Main Road, Duston, right at the top near the rifle butt. And there's a strip of terraced houses there in the background.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm telling you this right now for absolutely nothing. You are making love to that lens. You are staring straight through that. That's sultry for such a young age. Very impressive.
Shorts and a woolly jumper. Madness.
Lovely bit of foliage in the background.
Great lawn. It's like you're at the Kew Gardens. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Lovely backdrop.
It's a bit of rhubarb, I think, Nick.
Well, I mean, you're better than that.
What's the favourite ever game of cricket you've ever played in, Michael Chapman?
I'm going to give you my top three.
Okay.
So, in my first proper year of playing in the sort of Budbrook setup with my dad, 1996, at home to Ecton, I took 3 for 14.
Ooh.
14. I bowled the opening batsman round his legs, which was nice. Number 2 is last year, took my first ever League 5 for 17 against Dunchurch and Bilton. And in fact, I have a photo. That's me bowling.
That's Wiggy's neck of the woods, isn't it? Dunchurch and Bilton.
Dunchurch and Bilton. And then number 1.
It's cracking that.
Number 1, Empingham, the first time.
Second mention for favourite cricket game.
Yeah. That's it.
I think, again, it's about the team performance, isn't it? You know,
I mean, yeah.
Porco.
I went to play this summer. When is it?
Porco, Magsy, Steve, you know, Pell giving his wicket away so somebody else can come back in. It's everything you want.
It's strange because before doing this podcast, the only thing that anybody had ever said to me about that game, which I wasn't involved in, was that the drive either to or from there was horrific. It's literally all I'd ever heard about it. And apparently, it was an incredible game.
Oh, I think the scoreboard was unbelievable. It felt like we were playing at Lords. That electronic scoreboard, the sun was setting, and then the game was incredible.
Michael Chapman, who's your favourite ever cricketer?
You've seen one. Stokes was in the background there.
Nice.
Just for the Headingley thing, I listened to that driving back from Bournemouth, going back for a shift when I was still working at the cinema. I had to listen to Aggers talk me through it. And it was the closest I've come to crying listening to cricket on the radio. It was unbelievable. But I didn't get to see any of it until I got to work and you could watch all the highlights. But listening to Aggers talk us through it for 2.5 hours as a drive back was insane stuff. And yeah, he's gone on to do some wonderful stuff.
Aggers or...
Aggers, yeah. Freddie Flintoff, I just think that was the time that we were sort of watching it, Channel 4. And then Kirtley, Ambrose, again. Kirtley and Anil Kumble, actually, they're the two from the county that I remember going up and watching and waiting at the bottom of the stairs and asking for autographs, probably at incorrect times when they've either just got out or going out to bat, and ask them if they'd sign in the book. But yeah, wonderful cricketers, both of them.
Excellent.
Was there the day at Headingley? I was there. Stokes innings.
Yeah.
I met Dickie Bird pre-match and had a photo with him. And bless him, he did not know what was going on. What a man.
Lovely. Favourite ever ACSCC player? Wow. Choice of 2 here, unless you outrageously pick yourself, which I'd enjoy.
No, I mean, there's one that'll get an honourable mention. Keith Robinson who was an absolute hero to play with. Just the amount of fights that he's getting with his own players is, puts him up there for me.
Unrivaled.
But I've picked a person who can pick it up with one hand and throw it with the other. Yeah. It's Martin Treen.
It's lovely. Newcomer as well.
Yeah, again, he's fitted in really nicely. He's quite happy to take a lot of the Dave anger on that for the Harpole side. But yeah, for a one-hand pickup and a different hand throw in, Martin Treen gets my vote.
It's lovely. First Martin Treen I think we've had for favourite Squirrels player. I'm really excited about this next question because I genuinely want to know the answer. At what age did you realise you could do the Cossack?
See, I've been thinking about this. I think it's mid to late 20s.
No, it's got to be earlier than that, surely.
I don't remember an early time of me Cossacking.
So, was the first time you ever Cossacked just in the moment you thought, "Fuck it"? Let's
I think so. I'd done it a few times, and there was a night I remember in Fat Cats.
Yeah,
there was a bloke doing some sort of Russian dancing, where he would crouch down with his arms crossed and kick his legs out in front of him.
Right.
And obviously, me being me, just went in and Cossacked in the middle of it. And he then also taught me how to do the knelt down Russian dance at the same time. There was a lot of holding hands with a man that I'd never met for about 15 minutes while we got balance. But yeah, that was a good time. Fat Cats was a good bar.
But you practiced it, or at that time you just went into it?
He was doing it, and people were clapping and cheering, and I thought,
I'll have a bit of that. Yeah.
That's mad. You think with the size of your calf, you just thought, I got this.
Yeah.
There's a dance that was made for these calves. Yeah. This is it. It's
been the slight disappointment is that it's sometimes linked with Keith Lemon.
Is it?
He does that sort of dance as well.
Do you know what I'd love? I'd like you to, in your retirement days, to become a judge and for there to be a Cossack competition every year for all the other members of the Squirrels where you judge who is closest to the Chapman Cossack of legend. I'd enjoy that.
I'd enjoy watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to stop yourself joining in with whoever the potential winner is.
Definitely good content for the podcast.
Brilliant. Yeah. The end of season, like the soccer and dance off in it. We should do that, like end of season Cossack. Yeah. Do that.
That's excellent. Yeah. Let's add that to the notes. Wiggy, when you watch this back, can you note that down, mate? That'd be great.
We'll do.
Michael, does watching England penalty shootout take you back to the one that you missed against the 7th Northampton BB?
Yeah, this question, it really struck a nerve. Yeah, it's tough. I still get nervous.
Talk us through it. Talk us through the penalty shootout for those of us that didn't understand a single word of the question they've just asked you.
11th Northampton Boys Brigade versus the 7th Northampton Boys Brigade.
What age are we talking?
13, 14, probably.
Formative
maybe
years.
Slightly older.
Yeah, maybe a bit older,
yeah. Cup game up at the Heath. And it's gone to penalties.
Extra time first? Or straight from 90 minutes?
There would have been an extra time.
Maybe.
Not certain, actually. I don't know.
It depends what time the sun was setting, Nick, I guess. We'll just, got to fit this time in.
20 minutes of Boys Brigade football.
Yeah, Jonathan Landerman saved my penalty.
It was heightened by the fact that two people from the 11th had joined the 7th.
Oh,
David Hutchison and Ashley Street, and so it was like, I don't know. Yeah.
When Figo went from Barcelona.
Yeah.
So
there was a pig's head on the Heath pitch.
That's normal, though.
The thing that I'll never forget, Chappie, about that boys' brigade penalty was after he missed it, and basically we were just all in tears, and Chappie uttered the mortal words, "At least we won't miss band practice on Monday," and it was an absolute dagger through the heart. I'll never forget that.
He's a glass half full guy. Can't take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Always look at the positives. Penultimate question, Chappie. In a mythical world, if there was a legendary battle between Bowler, John, military medium Chapman, and batter Roger the Pouch Adams, who do you think would come out on top? There he is.
On that note, Chappie, happy birthday.
It is.
Great man today.
Yeah, JC's birthday today.
Ah, happy birthday. This won't be released on his birthday, but happy birthday for the day before this is released. I'd imagine he's subscribed.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It'll do.
Yeah.
It's see, I didn't get to watch Dodge play as much as Phil did. But I have watched the man behind me, not with the bat, but with the ball. And so this year he celebrated 50 years of playing cricket in Brooke and has no real plans of stopping, I don't think.
That's unbelievable.
I would think he's probably close to, if not over 1,000 wickets, which his average is about 20 a season.
Still taking plenty now, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd like to try and sort of test myself to see if I can get to the same sort of numbers. In the first game this season, 4 for 30 for me, and then 5 for 13 for him.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Really, yeah. And my favourite one is from a few years ago where when my brother was still playing and Tom had taken, I think, 6 for 36 or something against Holston, and came to the club to, let everybody know how well he'd done, and was easily put back in his place by my dad, who'd said, "Well done, but I took 9 for 16." And he's still to this day annoyed at Charlie Gibbons for taking the 10th wicket.
Classic Gibbo.
I think it would be a real battle because from what I've heard about Dodge and Mick Reeve and their partnership, they probably could have stayed in for the entire 40 overs. So, yeah, I think it's a tough call. But if I'm backing anybody, I'm backing my man.
Isn't it?
I'll tell you what, if you haven't seen him dance, him at your wedding, he was unbelievable. It was like bloody Bruno Tonioli on speed.
It's doubly impressive because there was barely a song played, so it must have been silence most of it.
Yeah, he was doing an American Smooth to Barbie Girl, and it was insane.
Did you score it, Nick? Good.
Final question, Michael Chapman. This one comes in from long-time caller, first-time watcher, Philip Adams. What's your favourite? He's rage quit. We're going to crack on without him. He's got things to do, places to be. He hasn't got time for this bullshit. What's your favourite Jamie Oliver recipe?
I'm still here. Don't worry.
We weren't worried.
I'm listening.
I'm not really sure on the Oliver recipes. I do like the 5-minute meals.
5.
They're always good. 5-minute meals.
They never take 5 though, do they? They're at least 24 minutes.
Yes.
How quickly after
not 5 minutes, the 5 ingredients.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Forgot we got his press officer on the call.
Backpack version of Phil Adams. What's going on?
You're inside a cardboard box.
my phone was going to die, so I've had to sit on the floor with it plugged in. So sorry, I know it's not very sorry.
You need one of them inflatable ones, mate.
I'm not sure on the recipe. My favourite advert is the Sainsbury's advert, where he went to the counter and he says he goes for the olives, and one goes in his helmet, and it's gone in my helmet.
It's a good one.
How quickly after Jamie Oliver becoming famous did you start getting likened to Jamie Oliver? Was it a gradual thing, or did it happen almost instantly?
It was quite quick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mostly because I cooked cooked naked a lot of the time.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't do yourself any favours there.
No, no, I don't mind it though. It's not a bad one.
Oh yeah, you could have worse. Michael Chapman, thank you very much for answering the man of the match questions.
Thank you.
Probably the most professional time we've done it so far. Frank Duckworth passed away at the end of June. And he was the person that invented the Duckworth-Lewis method. Now, that's one of the few things I have heard of, but I wanted an explanation around it. Nicholas Harding has gone one step further, and he's going to start us off with a Duckworth-Lewis quiz. Is that right, Nick?
Yeah, it is.
Perfect. Let's do this.
I've got an app which seems to be working.
Are any of these questions about Vera Duckworth?
No.
Vera Duckworth and Chris Lewis.
Right, we're gonna. What's going to happen? What's going to happen, gents? Is there's 3 questions, and just to see your knowledge. Oh fucking hell! It's Jack Duckworth. You can't see his head. I'm going to give you a scenario. I'll tell you, we'll just do 2 because it's a bit dry. I'll give you a scenario, and you have to guess the amount of runs that team.
Be as dry as you want, Nick. I mean, everybody's watching Phil Adams in his cardboard box at this point. We can go as dry as we want. He's bringing the entertainment. It's like he's doing a sleep-in for MenCap. Right. He's rage quit again.
No, he's had enough.
He's still there. He's still listening. Don't you worry about that.
Right, here's your
Still listening.
Here's your situation. Team 1, it's a 50-over game. Team 1, in their 50 overs, has got 298. Okay, in the full 50. Team 2 has had their innings reduced to 15 overs.
Yeah.
What's their target to win?
Ooh.
Say that again.
298 reduced to 15.
Unbelievable. Moses, give us a number. 15 overs. What are you giving me?
196.
Michael.
130.
Oh, bloody hell.
30. Philip.
172.
Correct answer is 135.
Michael Chapman.
Love that.
He doesn't just pick the teams.
Here's your next one.
I mean, I'm loving this. I want all of these.
Team 1 has got 455 off their 50 overs. They have started like an Adams Walters freight train. Team 2, it's a funny old game for the rain. They've only got 1 over.
Jesus Christ.
What's the target?
12.
12. Mo. Chappie.
22.
22. Philip.
How many wickets did they lose? The first innings?
6.
Yeah, that does make a difference. 18.
Oh, no, it was 17.
It was what?
17.
17. Oh, lovely.
Pretty worked that out as well.
Game.
That was excellent.
What a game.
So what is the Duckworth Lewis then?
Fucking hell, I'll tell you what. It's been on Wikipedia. I've printed off a 38-page document today, which I ran out of time, and I tried to read it on my back during my post-run stretches at 8:16 p.m. tonight. and I've highlighted some stuff. So interestingly, basically, up until the previous 2 ways of deciding a game that was rain delayed, up until 1991, the most productive overs method was used, right? So what they'd do is if, let's say, the team batting second only had 15 overs to bat, they would take the best scored 15 overs of the first innings, however they fell in the innings, and add 1 to it. And that's what the chase was. But then team 2 would get penalised because they get bowled really well. So they could bowl like 10 maidens, but that didn't count. So it's madness. That was in play for about 7 years. Just bonkers. And then after that, they just took average run rate. So it'd just be a straight, from 91 to 98, just complete straight average runs per over that didn't take into account anything. It's pretty mad, really. So it was like all these weird happenings anyway. And then basically, blimey, hang on, let me just get the old encyclopedia out. There we go. In 1996, the single version of the Duckworth-Lewis was born, where it was just a straight matrix, really simple. This is so fucking boring, isn't it?
No, I'm
you
liking it. It's just now he looks like he's chained to a radiator. It's like a hostage.
It was invented originally by Terry Waite, but then
he sold the rights to Jack Duckworth, and off we went.
He sold the rights. So for 7 years there was a really basic version, but it didn't take into account match situation, wickets fall, and all of this. So it got loads of stick. In 2004, there was a second version where then they modelled with a computer database loads of different games and match situations and wickets and all this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And then when T20 really took off, then they had to adjust it. So it was a T20 update in 2009.
That's mental.
And then in 2015, it's actually, which is quite interesting, it's the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method. So in 2015, there's a Professor Steve Stern, not to be confused with Steve Stone. He was from the Department of Statistics at Queensland University, and he got in the game basically after the 2015 World Cup to model the more aggressive batting. So essentially it's really complex. I'm not going to go through the algorithms because one, I don't understand them, and two,
only so much time in a day.
We haven't got time.
I mean, you said that would be dry, Nick, and you were absolutely right.
It's pretty dry, isn't it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Couple of criticisms that are quite interesting of the Duckworth-Lewis method. It doesn't account for changes in the proportion of the innings where there's fielding restrictions in place. So that's an interesting criticism with the birth of power play. And also at final, just an interesting cultural reference. There's the Duckworth-Lewis method is the name of a pop group. Formed by Neil Hannon of the Divine Comedy and Thomas Walsh of Pugwash. So their first release was an album featuring cricket-themed songs. So
I tried to get one of them. I tried to get in touch with Neil to use one of them as the theme tune for this. Never got back to me. So
it's probably in the woodshed, man.
We are playing this week. Half the press actually picked the team. Was it an easy selection or was it headache nightmare?
I made easier with Steve's headache nightmare.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's brilliant. Okay, so South Northants at home.
Yes.
Last game, if I've got the right one here, we gave them an absolute shellacking by the looks of it. And you've talked about a lot of impressive numbers. I'm not sure you've had many more impressive than 3 wickets for no runs off 2 overs, which is what apparently, Chappie, you got in this fixture last
year. We played them at home. I didn't really want to mention it because I mentioned it quite a lot at the time.
At the time, I
And
remember it well.
got heavily fined for it for about 6 weeks. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, no, I think we played them. Was it the first game of this season as well?
Oh, this is a reverse fixture this season.
Yeah,
So we won that one, didn't we?
won that one as well. Yeah.
Oh, we expected they were 77 all out for 19 overs. We're expecting more of a fight than that this year, surely.
Yeah, again, I think they're a difficult side to predict because they don't really know who they're going to have from week to week. I know they drag in quite a lot of cricketers from around the county to help them out. So I think it all depends on who they turn up with. But knowing there'll be a barbecue, I'm sure they'll turn up with some cricketers and give us a good game.
So with that in mind, who are we going for? Who's going to score the most runs this week? M. Chapman, you can go first.
Carry on his good form. Walters,
lovely cricketer, pure cricket. Phil,
I'll go for George.
nice. Nicholas,
Wiggy.
Phil Adams, and I'm going to go for Nick Harding. Wickets. Here we go. Most wickets taken. Let's go in reverse order. So I'm going to go for Michael Chapman. Who are you going for, Wiggy?
Kerr.
I was too boring an answer last week, but this week we're fine with Kerr. Lovely. Michael.
Adamasi.
Nice. Nick?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Walters.
What was that, Nick?
Walters.
Oh, all-round performance. Imagine that. Imagine if he gets both. Oh, it'd be on the pod, I would imagine. Who knows? Lovely.
Happy birthday to local legend and political suave Italian Michael Greco lookalike Tony Bonsignori.
Happy birthday, Bonds.
Happy birthday, Bonds.
This has been the ThighPad podcast. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you, Philip Adams.
Thank you.
Got a dash. I've got a smoked haddock kedgeree.